everybody, I would like to say, improving on what was already good. This is my opinion about the new S7. Samsung opted by making small improvements to the design of the phone, then making dramatically changes to the design as we were used to. For example, they reduced the camera amp, they create a flatter home and fingerprint button, they refine the edges, making them more pleasant to the eye and touch, and managed to do a phone that is impressively good looking. There are 5 different colors available from black to white. The construction is all metal and glass, and this time around the phone is IP68 water and dust proofing, without making any sacrifices because it's sealed from the inside. Samsung opted to continue using the micro USB standard, and here I think they should have introduced the USB Type-C, because with a phone so expensive, it has to be feature-proof at least on the standards of the cables. It wasn't this time that we get a really nice front-facing speaker. Instead, we continue to have a tiny speaker on the bottom of the phone, and I think they are saving some additions to the future models. The display is a 5.1 inches QHD Super AMOLED screen, and like every AMOLED screen, the colors pop out and are very saturated. With such high resolution, the immersion is impressive, and you are not going to see a smudge line anywhere. The viewing angles are impressive, and the screen is very bright even in direct sunlight. Here Samsung added a feature called Always On Display, that puts some information always on the screen. This information can be customizable and show things like notifications, time, calendar, and all this is not going to have a big impact on the battery, because the AMOLED screen just lights up the pixels that it needs. As all of the Galaxy S phones of each year, this device packs everything that is available on the consumer market. Snapdragon 820 or proprietary Samsung chips Exynos 8890 depending on the market, both with amazing performance and 4GB of RAM. They like to talk numbers like the phone being 30% faster on the CPU and 64% on the GPU, but I'll tell you it's not going to be a game changer. Last year phones were already super fast, and in day-to-day use I'll just say that things work fast. I like that Samsung heard their consumers and bring back the expandable storage to the table. It gives you more flexibility and the convenience of buying more memory. Other point that I like it is the bigger capacity of the battery. They put a 3000 mAh battery inside that with all advances of energy efficiency gives you amazing use of the phone without being worried about charging. And when the time comes, you have fast charging with cable and wireless available. In the camera department, the S7 is going to stand out. f1.7 aperture 12 megapixel shooter with big dual pixel sensor that delivers super fast autofocus and great improvements on the quality of the photos, mainly on the low light scenarios. The reduced megapixel compared to last year is nothing to be worried about. I even think that we should thanks, because it's more than enough detail, and so they could increase the size of the pixels, a specification that has much more importance when taking pictures. The front shooter is also f1.7 aperture 5 megapixel shooter with a wide-angle lens, so those group selfies can have everybody in the frame. The camera software is similar to what we found last year, and so let's talk about that. Samsung continued to reduce the gimmick features and making it look more like standard stock Android, and in my opinion this is the path to follow. On the base of Android 6.0.1, Samsung added some shortcuts and things that the final user will appreciate. For example, the live panorama shot that gives the panorama the feel of the place, or the game mode that allows users to turn off notifications or some buttons so we don't get distracted while playing. In my opinion, Samsung Galaxy S7 is what Samsung needed to do with a little bit of real innovation. The phone continues to be on the leading edge of design and had features that some users were complaining, like the lack of external storage and the small battery. Good year for Samsung is what I expect, because they are building phones that are very good overall and don't have deal-breaking faults. I like what they did, and in a such saturated market as the smartphone market is, it's harder and harder to continue to innovate and don't direct copy the others. So, this was my opinion on the new Galaxy S7 with your host on EletroToday. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments and subscribe from my channel. With your host, stay one up!